say 50 minutes, Charlie expresses disgust over the modern, literal exploitation of the deceased through AI, which he compares to forbidden necromancy and ghoulish behavior driven by corporate greed. He argues that Stanley has become the ultimate victim of this exploitation, both during his life due to the alleged elder abuse and after his death in 2018, having been used for NFTs, crypto projects, and Twitter promotions. The latest exploitation is the announcement that Los Angeles Comic Con will feature an AI Stanley hologram developed by Protolog and owned by Cartoon Studios, where guests can pay to interact and take pictures with AI avatar. Cartoon Studios is actively pursuing a rapid commercial expansion of its Stanley IP, which includes a collectible card game. Charlie criticizes the defense offered by the studio's head of the Stanley division, who claims that they will never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with things he spoke about in his lifetime. Charlie calls this horseshit, arguing that since Stanley is dead, any words are by definition not his own, and the intent is simply to make money off him. He contrasts this with the case of James Earl Jones, who explicitly agreed to have his voice immortalized as Darth Vader via AI before he passed, calling the act wholesome. Since Stanley passed before this AI technology existed, he could not have consented to the AI revival. Charlie emphasizes the contentious nature of the rights to Stanley's likeness after his death and condemns the corporate division dedicated to finding new ways to milk Stanley's image, urging them to just let him rest. Coming to the next one, Charlie and his friend are discussing the completion of the book Haunting Adeline, which is the first installment of the Cat and the Mouse duet by H.D. Carlton. Charlie explicitly states the book's content is not smut, but is rather reading crimes. The book's latter half is described as spiraling into almost nothing but non-stop grief that occurs over and over again and is not pretended as consensual non-consent. Charlie believes the book is essentially Stockholm Syndrome from the perspective of the victim and the perpetrator, as the main character, Adeline, Addie, eventually falls in love with the stalker and assaulter Zaid. A key point of contention is Adeline's best friend, Dia, who upon hearing Adeline was raped, reacts with, "Oh juicy gossip," rather than concern, asking, "You screwed him, didn't you?" The stalker Zaid is established as a hero who is trying to bring down a pedophile ring led by politicians like Mark, who are involved in a ritualistic sacrifice of children. However, Zaid's deep cover work is undermined by his own actions. House of Mirrors. A graphic rape scene occurs in a public house of mirrors at a closed horror circus, with Adeline being essayed for over 2 hours. The movie theater. While at the pedophile Mark's party, Zaid takes Adeline into a movie theater and grapes her, slamming her when her eyes come off the movie because he wanted to punish her. Psychotic rationale. When confronted by a friend about his action, Zaid's response is that he knows Adeline loves me. I know deep down this is what she wants me to do. Charlie notes Zaid is not a good person, and he openly talks about killing innocent people who just happen to look Adeline's direction. Charlie also repeatedly criticized the writing as atrocious and disgusting, pointing to lines like Zaid's nickname God and the use of penis to describe his appendage. The book's subplot involving Adeline's great-grandmother, who was also stalked, is revealed to be totally worthless. The stalker wasn't the killer. Her husband murdered her out of passion. The plot, along with the presence of ghosts, is abandoned entirely. The book ends on a cliffhanger during a raid on the pedophile's house. Zaid and his hacker friend Jay are double-crossed, and the last Adeline chapter reveals she's been kidnapped by Max, an associate of Archibald Telvera, a man Zaid previously killed. The final line is, "Time to go slay princess." Charlie gives book a 0 out of 5 for the overall writing and content, calling it trash. He gives it 2.5 out of 5 on the spicy pepper scale, noting that roughly 50% of the book is dedicated to describing sexual essay. The friends agree to read the sequel.